It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. And we're coming to you live from CV Gitty. It's the Gitty Gang Show.
Gitty Gang Show.
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 It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. There, we don't have to do it anymore. Welcome everyone to the live show here, the Gitty Gang. Got Glenn Watt back in the Gitty Juke Shack studio this week. Welcome back, Water.
Thank you, kind sir.
It's been a long 2 shows without you, I ain't gonna lie. So we've got a great show lined up for you today, at least I hope it is. Listen folks, serious disclaimer here at the beginning. If you are not wearing grown-up underpants, go home, put them on right now, because this show is just gonna knock them right off.
Too late.
Too late. All right. So we've got the winners of last week's giveaway, 4 $50 gift certificates being given out from us to you to buy things from us. It's going to be great. And announcing an exciting new giveaway this week, the prize of which, this is going to be another multi-week giveaway here. Over the next 3 shows, we're going to be gathering up the names of all of the people who publicly share the show on Facebook, because that's how you get entered to win. And we're going to be giving away something that is visible on this very stage right now. Is it this coffee mug?
It's Glenn Watt, isn't it?
We'll be giving that back as soon as possible.
Yeah, what's your return policy on giveaway prices? But seriously, folks, going to be giving away something really cool. This is the big box episode of the Gitty Gang Show. The big box episode. BBG's Big Box Guitars. BBG does not stand for Blues Box Guitar, Cheap Chinese Crap Cardboard Nonsense. It stands for Big Box Guitars. We're going to be talking about and showing off guitars built from larger boxes and crates. Glenn Watt.
Huzzah!
Happens to be holding an example of one such thing right now. This is my Dynamite Crate guitar. If you've seen the previous couple of shows, you've seen it in action. Built from a larger wooden crate. We've got another example back here. The Coke Crate guitar. Now this Coke Crate didn't have to really be cut down any. It was already pretty much the right size. We just had to put a top on it and some other stuff. Going to have a session out at my workbench today. You can see behind us here, through the magic of Gitty Vision, I don't know what we're calling it. This is a live view. Oh, somebody just walked by out there. This is a live view of the Gitty shop out there. And I'm going to be running out there and hoving into view soon in the third half of today's show. All right, so we're talking about our new box kit, which I'll be getting before the third half of today's show, so I can actually show it off. If you're not aware, we've got our cool laser cut box kit, a DIY box, 8.5 by 11, that you put together yourself and build a guitar out of. We've started doing a limited edition run of those, where we print a very special image on the front using our ink transfer process, and cut some F-holes in there, some good old Stradivarius style F-holes. Every 2 weeks the design changes, and once it's retired, you can't get it anymore. So we just changed it up this morning. That's a good thing. We're going to have Kim Starling joining us for some songs. But first, before we get to Watt Corner, because the folks out there know, everybody knows, last week there was no Watt Corner, and wailing and gnashing of teeth was deafening. So we're ready this week, and I know you got some good stuff lined up for it. So the winners of last week's giveaway, chosen at random, yes, both of those things. Yesterday evening, I got the list of people who had publicly shared last week's show, used the Google random number generator. It's not on here.
Ta-da!
Yes. Before the third half of today's show, can you pull up the script?
Yeah.
On Google, does it have the winner names on there?
Yes.
Sorry, folks. This is real live TV. Somehow, as I was mashing about, they disappeared.
It's all good.
No,
All right.
it's bad.
Do you want me to read them off, or do you want to?
I know that one of the winners, now this is for $50 gift certificates to cbgitty.com. We got John McKee, who, this isn't the first time that he's won a Gitty Gang prize. He is a regular viewer and sharer of this show. He shares it in a lot of places. Who's number 2, Nick?
Jimmy Circle.
Jimmy Circle, another regular viewer. Just glad to see his name pop up.
Mr. Damon Park.
Damon Park, our number 3 winner, and the 4th.
And Rick Flink.
Rick Flink,
Hey!
another viral sharer of the show. Rick Flink gets it out there, and we thank you for sharing our efforts here on screen. And congratulations to the 4 guys there. Let's see if I can remember. John McKee, Jimmy Circle, Damon Park, and Rick Flink. Each get a $50 gift certificate. Now this week's giveaway, in which you can be entered if you were to and should do what?
Share this show, please and thank you, publicly.
This is what we are giving away. This is an authentic Fun Guy Mojo 6-string cigar box guitar built from one of the beautiful Camacho shiny boxes. It's got a certificate of authenticity it comes with. It's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. He's got his special badge set in there. This is a high-end cigar box guitar. 6-string, nice Telecaster neck, all lacquered and polished. For the next 3, this show and 2 additional shows after, everyone who publicly shares this show on Facebook will be entered to win this guitar, and we will ship it to you virtually anywhere in the world that I'm legally allowed to ship. And that will be a heck of a prize. So be sure to share this with your friends. Tell them to share it. Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. All right, so we're going to go to Walk Corner. Glenn's ready to roll.
I am.
I'm going to go and get one of those box kits so I can actually show people what the heck I'm talking about.
Do
I
this
forgot to gather up some of the props before today's show, folks. And when we come back, we're doing an old Merle Haggard song.
Nice. One of
Yeah,
my
buddy.
favorites. One of my
All
favorites.
right. Glenn Watt, ladies and gentlemen.
Watt Corner. And all that jazz. So listen, as usual, y'all have been sending in these amazing pictures, these amazing images of the cigar box guitars and all the handmade musical instruments that you build. You send them to us. You have these little personal stories attached to them, and I can't help but love them and want to share them here. And as many of them as we receive on any given week, I only have the time and your patience to share a few. So these, as we already have lined up,
Can you shift to the?
are the few that we have. Huzzah! Is this too centered?
No, you're fine, man.
All
You're
right.
fine. That's good. And here we go.
Yeah, buddy. So check this out. The first one we got. Look at this guy, Don. Don M. Don M. writes in. These are his words. These are his words. Old guy, 90. Says Don M. Old guy completes first electric cigar box guitar. Works good. Awesome work, Don. By the way, presently working on an acoustic CBG with preamp and pickup. Now have to figure out how to play the silly things. Lots of fun. Thanks. And thank you, Don M. I love to see somebody of a I love to see all people building and playing, basically. And the fact that this guy's taken on a new hobby, new pursuits, and has such a clean workshop. 2 thumbs up, brother. Now, the next guy that we have lined up for you, this is a little bit longer of a story, so bear with me, but the payoff is worth it. Stick with me here. Now, Jeff J. writes in about these canjos that you see lined up. Canjos are more than a simple 1-string instrument, writes Jeff J. Just wanted to pass on a quick story about canjos. After learning about them from CB Gitty, basically Ben, because Ben is awesome and has pushed canjos hard and does a great job with them. I built one and had a lot of fun with it. From children to experts, this instrument seems to please everyone who plays it. I built several to send away as Christmas gifts along with a CB Gitty songbook. Good on you, Jeff. My sister claims her family, husband and 3 grown kids, fought over it during the entire holiday. None of them previously musicians. Recently, she told me that she had taken the banjo and songbook into her office, where she has counseled military personnel and families for over 20 years. She sees men and women with PTSD every day and is always trying new methods of therapy to help these patients. Often, it is tough for her to get them to open up in therapy. They know they are going to these sessions to deal with their PTSD. That idea can keep them closed up. Many patients, just since January, this year, January, have been curious about the instrument sitting in her office and asked her if it was real, if they could play it, etc. She says it has had an amazing effect on getting these patients to relax and start talking to her. Often she takes 15-minute breaks with them and they play during the break. Some played an instrument when they were younger and others did not. She now believes it has been a valuable tool in working with her patients, particularly those with PTSD. Thanks to Ben and everyone who spent time doing tabs for those songbooks and promoting the banjo, it has a bigger impact than you may have thought. Ugh. I love that, man. I love the fact that somebody's bringing in handmade musical instruments into their office to help people, the people that have served their, in this case, our country, the United States, but regardless of where you are, have served their country, have served for the better good, and have basically given the ultimate sacrifice, which is, or come close to it, which is their own life. And they've given their lives to the country, and somebody's turning around and helping them to better their lives through the art of handmade musical instruments. Gotta tip my hat, man. Thank you very much for sending that in, Jeff. And last, my good man Nick has lined up for me a picture now from Renee E. Renee is a pastor, so bear with me here because this is a good one too. Renee writes, I had purchased a cigar box guitar about 9 months ago and showed it to a 9-year-old in my church. Reminder, Renee E. is a pastor. She asked if I would build her one for her 10th birthday, which is in May. Having never built one or anything for that matter, I started watching the CB Gitty show and reading the articles on Cigar Box Nation. Good on you. I ordered all the hardware from CB Gitty, bought my lumber from a home improvement store, and a small cigar box from a smoke shop in town and went to work. The child's parents stopped by the parsonage last night to take a look, she writes. They couldn't believe it. They know me as their pastor, friend, and wakeboarder, but not as a cigar box guitar builder. What makes this all the more interesting is, as a female, I never dreamed that I would have any interest in building anything, let alone a cigar box guitar. Thank you, CB Gitty and Cigar Box Nation, for helping me make one little girl's birthday wish come true. Gah! That's awesome. Love it. So thank you, each and every one of you, for sending in your pictures and your stories to share with us and for allowing me to share it with the rest of you here on Cigar Box Nation TV. This is some really good stuff. I'm glad to have all these inspiring folk surrounding me, including Nick and Ben and Kim Starling, who are here now to perform Merle Haggard's Mama Tried.
Can it be true?
It's true.
All right, I'll take the middle. Tim, if you want the... All right, what are we playing for this? And great work on that, Glenn. What corner? What corner?
All right.
Glad to have it back. You want that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
Why not? I got the hobo fiddle. This is not a big box guitar. This is a wee little box guitar, but... pretty close. So, if you've been watching the Gitty Facebook page, the Nation Facebook page, you know there's been some free tablature being published over on cigarboxguitar.com, one of which is this song, already announced by Glenn Watt as Merle Haggard's Mama Tried. Good old country song by one of the greatest of the country songwriters, I think, who passed away not all that long ago. Sorry, I'm trying to get this hobo fiddle in tune.
Never gonna happen.
It's like trying to tune a set of bed springs. Still don't know what that means. Alright, key of D, folks. A little faster. There we go. First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a young boy's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, never knowing where I'm bound. mind. Well, Mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, the bad I kept returning till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to make me better, but her bleeding I denied. There's only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Drum solo. Hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to save me right, but I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried. Mama tried, Mama tried to make me better, but her bleeding I denied. That's only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Well, it's only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.
There was a perfect rehearsal of that earlier.
Well, there was. I
You'll have
realized,
that.
though, I was playing this guitar during the rehearsal, and I think, Glenn, you were playing this. There were things different.
I did not play the
There was
drum
no
with
drum.
a tipper.
Now,
like
speaking of these here drums, this is actually the second blue drum.
because we sold the first.
We sold the first one, and within hours of listing it, these are handcrafted by a master drum maker, our own Dale Vigent, who has a drum shop right upstairs from CB Gitty. He was up there earlier today. He finished this one off. We've got a picture of him at his one of his many drum workbenches, hard at work. Put Nick on the spot here.
There he
Straightening
is.
these up, if you look at the back, these are wrapped and strung up with cords to hold the skin on and to hold them tight. So yeah, Dale is up there making drums. We're excited to be carrying these. Got this one back on sale on the cbgitty.com site. Only $59.99, $60 for a handmade in the USA hand drum / frame drum. They can be played with the hands or with the fingers with a tipper like Kim was doing in the Irish style. It's
Not
like-
easy to do both at the same time, though.
Yeah. So, that's an introductory price. They're not going to stay $59.99 for all that long. We're still kind of figuring out some things about how to best do them. There's going to be a kit version where you get the hoop, the skin with the holes already cut, the cord and the ring, that metal ring that's there in the back, and instructions, how to, and you can truss up your own frame drum. So,
Truss it up.
and I apologize. I don't have the comments visible today. I was trying like heck in the 30 seconds before the show went live to get it pulled up on my phone. Facebook wouldn't let me. But we're trying something special today, which is simulcasting, broadcasting to 2 different platforms at the same time. Facebook, of course, that we've been going on since the beginning. This is our 40th show, by the way, the 40th Gitty Gang show. We're also...
Happy 40th.
Yeah, right. Broadcasting it to YouTube at the same time, hopefully. There were some questions about whether our internet speed was fast enough to handle 2 broadcasts at the same time. So hopefully there are folks out there watching it on both. Nick's nodding at me in a assuring manner, reassuring
It's
manner.
been live. There's been Shane Spiels out there.
Nobody shouting.
Nobody yet hollering.
You people are frozen.
Well, we're doing all sorts of stuff. You know, we're having the remote session. We've got the the shop view has gone solid green behind me.
Well,
But that's all right.
Fix that. There we go.
Oh, there's the shop. I'm going to be out there in just a few minutes once we get through the next segment, which is this week's episode of What's the Deal with Speal. But hey, these frame drums are pretty cool stuff. There's going to be more. He's working as we speak And in that photo that Nick put on, he's working on a nice earthy green one, and then he's got some other wood tones coming, so excited about the drums. I haven't been practicing. I need to practice my, this is called a tipper.
I only taught him last week.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, here is Shane Speal talking about some of the big box guitars in his collection. He's got a collection down there in his home in York of dozens, scores, maybe he's over 100 now, I'm not even sure. A lot of instruments, and a number of them feature bodies made from larger boxes, crates, all sorts of different things. So here's Shane Speal. We'll be back to you. I'll be live out at the bench in about 9 minutes.
Thanks, Gitty Gang, and congratulations on your 40th episode. Hey guys, it's Shane Speal, and I'm buried with big box guitars today. Alright, so I wanted to show off a few of the massive guitars in my collection. The first one I've got in my hands here is a lap steel made by Old Low. A lot of you guys know Old Low from his resonator cones and from his other parts. Well, this was built by Old Low probably like 5 or 6 years ago. And it's a massive plywood box. It actually has a lid that goes on it as well. He called these the Low Bros. And lid goes right there. But it is a fully acoustic lap steel guitar made with door grade plywood. I'm going to do this and give you a close up. The bridge is an old horseshoe that has another piece of steel here. I'm sorry, the tailpiece is. The bridge is handmade with a piece of bone as the bridge. There's a couple other really cool things about this. He liked to use old silverware and found objects, so there's an old spoon in the headstock, and the tuners are upside down, which makes it perfect and very easy to get your tuning going. And the best of all, there is a place to hold your beer here, and there's a bottle opener on the back. So, I mean, this thing is just loud. It's stupidly loud. And I'm not even a good steel guitar player, so... But I love this thing, and I actually keep it on a keyboard stand, and that's how I play it. It sits on a keyboard stand. So, alright, we're going to keep moving, because we only got so much time while you guys are watching. Now, I do have some other big box guitars that are part of my antiques and, unknown maker series. Here's one of the latest ones that I got, and this guitar was made from what looks to be an old record cabinet or a drawer. It's some sort of either vanity drawer or cabinet, old Victorian looking cabinet with rounded corners. It's got a very thick wooden top to it. They put an old guitar bridge and an old guitar neck with they cut out the dovetail from the inside and just glued it right on there. It is currently unplayable right now, but I hope to get it a little bit repaired, at least get some more strings on there, and see if we can make some sounds out of it. The tough thing about buying antiques like this is you just don't want to damage them as you try to restore them. The maker actually put his initials in there, BH, and it's just a cool piece. I have no idea where the history came from this. This was an eBay find, but I had to have it. Nice big box. Okay, keeping it going, another eBay find. This one came from Indiana State. Somebody found it in a yard sale. It is a plywood box with this cool shape to it. Again, they were using some old guitar parts. There's a Stella tailpiece right here, and a floating bridge, and the bone bridge is gone from there, so I need to eventually get that repaired. Now, the neck itself is handmade. The neck is hand carved. They've got this cool little heel there, It's very wide. It's wide like a classical guitar neck. And the frets are in there. They even put inlaid dot inlays. So I don't know if they took an old fretboard and put it on top, but the neck itself is definitely original. Now here's one thing. Talk about a poor man's guitar. Okay, you've got a plastic nut here, but then I'm going to get it even closer because, where is this camera? If you look right there, they were so poor, they broke a guitar string, but then they used wire, or like pliers, to tie it back together so they could continue to play this guitar. One of my favorite details about this guitar, and I will never change that string. I just love it. So, I mean, this thing's pretty thick, and it's about the size of a regular acoustic guitar. Just looks great. And one other big box guitar. This thing is insane, insane. This is, I don't know if they were trying to make a bass. The maker is unknown. Another eBay find. But what you have, and this is crazy, the strings go through the body. Basically, you got to reach your hand in there to feed the strings out of this big box. It's 4 strings, definitely made to be played as a slide, because those strings, there's no getting them down to the fretless fretboard. But it's also strung for left hand, so whoever made this was left-handed. The tuners are these old wing nuts right there, and not that they're going to hold a good tune. And a lot of these guitars, now this one isn't, I mean, it's made okay. It's made simply, but it was done on table saw. This could have possibly been a Boy Scout instrument, a student project, or just some crazy guy in the Appalachian Mountains that wanted a left-handed bass. Who knows? I'm fascinated with collecting these. Now this definitely is a newer guitar, newer as in at least 1960 forward, because you could just tell by the grade of plywood, and you know, these are with newer parts. It's got Phillips head screws in there. But there's another big one. One of my own creations uses a big box, and we've shown this on the broadcast before, is my Tennessee Music Box dulcimer. The thing is very loud. It's made with a plywood box that came to me as a shipping crate from Carver Banjos. Carver Banjos makes those electric, the electric banjo kit that is carried by CB Gitty. Well, when they sent me one of the prototypes, it came in this wooden crate, and I decided to make a Tennessee Music Box dulcimer out of it. Let me tell you something, people. Thin plywood sounds great when there's a lot of it. This thing's loud. I have other dulcimers. This thing is just as loud as the other ones because it's so massive. But let me tell you something else about this. Because it's so thick and big, it fits on my lap, and now that I have less of a belly, it feels good right here. And I'd rather play this than my other dulcimers because my arms rest on here, and it's just a lot more comfortable. Alright, and the last guitar of big box I just had to share was one of my favorite cigar box guitars of all time. This is my Daddy Mojo Dolorosa. I got this from Daddy Mojo about 2009, and it originally had 6 strings, but that was way too many strings for me, so I took 1 string off, and I've been playing it as a 5-string guitar ever since. I've been using this on hundreds and hundreds of gigs on just about every album. The set list whenever I perform, the songs that are played on this album are listed right here, along with the lyrics to When She Gets Drunk, She Gets Horny, because I could just never remember all the lyrics. So that was made by Daddy Mojo. It has a great acoustic sound, but it's got these snake oil pickups in there, mini humbuckers that you know that I'm in love with. So there's some of my big box guitars for you guys. Don't be afraid to get some thin plywood and make some big bodies, or get yourself an explosive crate like Gitty's been doing with the dynamite crate. just go and have some fun. Go build something else this weekend. So, my name is Shane Speal. Learn more about me at shanespeal.com. If you're one of those people that use Instagram, especially in the bathroom in the morning, check out at Cigar Box Guitar when you go on Instagram. All right, thanks for watching. Giddy Gang, congratulations on your 40th episode. And you guys take care and rock on. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you to Shane Speal for putting that nice video together for us, talking about some of the guitars in his collection. So I'm out here at my workbench now, working on my next big box guitar. I did a couple of live broadcasts to YouTube, actually one to YouTube earlier this week to the CB Gitty channel. And by the way, the Cigar Box Nation channel that this is being broadcast on YouTube, and the CB Gitty, if you haven't already, get on YouTube, look them up, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing more live content and other content direct to YouTube in the days ahead, to try to reach more people, to have a place for the folks who don't really care for Facebook all that much to still be able to take part in the live shenanigans that we engage in. Still trying to figure out how to handle the contest, the giveaway contest with YouTube, since there isn't really a trackable way that we can see that you've shared something, so we're still working on that. Anyway, I am working on making a new guitar. If you saw the YouTube broadcast I did, I believe it was on Wednesday, maybe it was Tuesday, I started from a crate that had some cool lettering on it, standardized clean-cut nails and tacks. I was talking about it in that, and then I went ahead and resawed one side of on the bandsaw to get it nice and thin. It's just about an eighth, a hair over an eighth, sanded that nice and flat, and then I took the other side and cut it down into the thinner strips that are going to form the sides of my box. And I have to be pretty careful with it, because when you're building a box, I'm going to be butt jointing these sides. That means one side is butted directly up against the other. I'm not doing any miter cuts. I'm not doing any fancy dovetails or finger joints. I'm going to be butt joining them. When you do that, you have to be careful that you allow for the width of your pieces, because, you know, say this piece is 8 inches, and say I want to make an 8 by 14 box. If I take an 8-inch piece and put it between these two side pieces, I'm going to end up with 8 inches plus the width of each of these. So in this case, I'd end up with almost 9 inches. And if I get this all put together and then try to put it on my top that's exactly 8 by 14, it's not going to fit. So you got to allow for that. So what I did, I'm going to keep my soundboard the size. This is the exact size that the side of the original crate was. I'm going to keep that size. So what I did was cut my side pieces, which were the same length, got those on there, made marks on the underside of my soundboard with a pencil that let me know how long my end pieces should be. And then I got these and cut them, and I just discovered that for whatever reason I was about 3/16 of an inch off when I cut these. But I've made marks so I can go back and correct those. And then what I'm going to do is use these handy dandy 90-degree angle vices here to assemble my box sides. I'm going to keep all of the lettering oriented upwards. And just a quick note, I apologize for background noise. This is a live shop here. This is the CB Gitty workshop. You can see people moving around, stuff going on behind me. I didn't ask anybody to stop. You know, they're making fretboards, they're making necks, they're putting guitars together. Jason's over there cutting stuff on the laser. This is a live shop, so nothing stops for showtime here. So basically, this is a 90-degree, I'll show you one. These are not inexpensive, but there's other ways to do this same thing with regular squeeze clamps and whatnot. I just happen to have these because I used to be in picture framing. I was a picture framer for a number of years. So I was able to get a set of these pretty cheap. But for doing butt joint box building, for even doing a finger jointed or miter joints, they make it a lot easier because they hold your pieces exactly in place at the angle you need. So there, I've got that one in there pretty good. Take this join, and then I'm going to put some screws in as well. That's what I did on the Dynamite Crate guitar. If you look at it here, you can see, hopefully, there's good enough light. You can see I've got a butt joint here, and then I put in, how many? 3 brass screws to help strengthen that joint. And it made a nice, strong box that also happens to sound good, which is a nice bonus. So this is going to be the top, or the soundboard. And I'm going, for the first time, I'm going to try bracing based on John S.'s article on Cigar Box Nation that he shared. I'm going to do a ladder brace on this using some of the leftover wood from the rest of the box. I've got, this actually is the back that I cut off of this. This was all one piece, and I ran it through our big bandsaw to slice this thin layer off the front. So this is going to be the back panel of my guitar. These are going to be the sides. I'm not yet sure. I think I'm going to use another piece of the old white oak I reclaimed from the quarry back in Ohio. I've used that oak for the necks on the Coke Crate and the Dynamite Crate guitar so far. Works really well. I estimated it being over 100 years old. It's steeped, quite literally soaked in the limestone dust of the quarries where I grew up. So pretty cool stuff. All right, I'm gonna, once, you know, a little bit later, I'm gonna be gluing this together. I'm not gonna do it on camera because I'm already babbled on too long. But I'll be posting more about this guitar as it progresses. It'll be a little while because I'm actually out next week taking a little vacation down, once again, down around York, Pennsylvania. But the following week I'll be back at this. And I did just want to mention that this whole box guitar idea, it's certainly not new. I didn't invent it. Nobody here at CB Gitty invented it. It'd been around for since they've been making boxes out of wood. But Farley, our own Farley, who had actually gotten into it several years back, not too long after she started here, she built a number of instruments using old barnwood and built the boxes herself out of the barnwood. And on some of them, she used original knot holes in the wood as the sound holes. This, I think, was the first one she built. And it's pretty special to me because I took this one out to LA with me the first time Shane and I went out there, and actually we were part of a recording session at Capitol Records. They're in Studio A of Capitol Records, and I played this guitar on a couple of tracks during that, and it was pretty special. So yes, box guitars, whether you're building the box entirely from scratch or you're using an old wooden crate, big box guitars, BGs, are an exciting thing. So I'm going to cut off there, head back towards the Juke Shack stage so that we can do our second song and move towards wrapping it up. Thank you all for watching again, and I'll be back with you shortly.
Yeah, buddy.
Like we're live now.
Hey!
Yeah, you are.
Hey, we're live now! Here we are singing and playing.
Like we're live now. You guys are going to be live like now.
This morning.
I'm so glad that you did not hear me trying to sing this song to Kim, because it was the worst.
It wasn't the worst.
Just you singing, Glenn, what?
That was funny.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Welcome back, then, Baker.
Hey, he looks like that guy from out there in the shop.
How'd that go?
I think all right.
All right.
I don't know. I was trying to watch comments and then I lost them, and so I don't know how it went.
It went
Hopefully
all
it went all right. Good. I
Seemed
bring
fun.
back something to play?
We don't know.
I don't know what
You got a hobo
Oh, here's a
behind
hobo fiddle. That'll do. So this is another piece of tablature that was recently posted for free on cigarboxguitar.com. I've been on a classic country kick as of late.
Which
So
we
far,
like.
Merle and Hank, but we got some Johnny and some Willie and some Waylon and some other good stuff to...
It's one of Kitty's favorites.
Willie Willie Nelson.
Oh, yes.
Hey, speaking of Willie Nelson, today is April 20th. So
420.
we should have sent one out to Willie for 420, but we didn't.
Roll me up and smoke me when I die.
We'll send him, I'm so lonesome I could cry. How about that? In the key of G, folks. You can find this tab on cigarboxguitar.com. Is that the right rhythm? I don't know. Hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I've never seen a night so long when time goes crawling by. The moon just went behind the clouds to hide its face and cry. Did you ever see a robin weep when leaves begin to die? Like me, he's lost the will to live. I'm so lonesome I could cry. The silence of a falling star lights up a purple sky. And as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. So hear that lonesome whippoorwill. He sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I didn't hold the melody there at the end. Sorry about that. So that's a little Hank. Now, a great thing about Hank Williams, you've done some Hank Williams tablature. Actually, this song, the first version we had posted of it, actually the only version we got posted of this right now is Glenn Watt tablature. Good thing about Hank Williams songs, well, he was an amazing singer, so they tend to be good singing songs. And on a lot of them, he kept the melody and the chord progression pretty straightforward. You know, they tend to be, I don't want to say simple, but they're not complex songs. Some of them get a little more complex, like the one I just posted yesterday, Cold, Cold Heart, has a little bit more of a jazzy sort of feel to it, but yeah, good stuff. So keep an eye on our Facebook page, the CB Gitty and Cigar Box Nation pages. Keep an eye on cigarboxguitar.com because there will be more free tablature coming. And of course, we've got the songbooks that are full of tablature as well if you prefer a printed version where it's all in one place in a book form. We've got songbooks. So what else we got? Oh, the box! I was talking about the box kit earlier with the custom printed front. This is it. The new one is the good old truck. You can see there's a nice old truck on there. So it comes as a kit. This one, the base of the kit is put together. This will come as pieces, but it's easy to assemble. It's got finger jointed corners. All you really need is included in the kit is a couple of big rubber bands to hold it all together. You squeeze some glue in there, put those rubber bands on, and away you go. And then you put this awesome top on there that has the F-holes already cut, and you end up with an amazing DIY box for a DIY guitar. Oh, close up. Hey, there it is. Try to get the glare. All right. So for 2 weeks until the Friday after this next, that will be available. 14 days. All right. A few other announcements and tidbits. A quick thank you to our good friend of the show, Janice Wilson Hughes. She was the winner of one of our giveaways several weeks back, won a cool little amplifier. And in thank you to us for her winning the amp, she sent us some homemade lotion bars that she makes. All natural ingredients, I think like beeswax, cocoa butter, shea butter. So handed them out here at CB Gitty. They're great for hands. Turns out they also are great for conditioning drum heads, natural hide drum heads. You can I rubbed one on a drumstick, a tipper, and it kind of sealed and finished that. So pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Janice, for sending that. We've also got, in addition to these custom kits, we're offering limited run cigar boxes with F-holes cut out of them, out of boxes that we get a decent number of in-house. We cut the F-holes in, and then you can proceed to build guitars out of them. Good stuff there. Kalimba kits are, I wish I should have brought a kalimba in here. Kalimba kits, after a long hiatus, a long sabbatical, are back on sale. Redesigned in some key ways to be even easier to use, fewer parts to worry about, but still just as fun. Cigar box kalimba kits back on sale and reduced price because we streamlined the process so we can sell them for less. Good stuff. $34.99 for a full complete cigar box kalimba kit on cbgitty.com. Also, right now available for pre-order is a brand new t-shirt design.
Yes.
Cigar Box Gothic.
I gotta get me one of these.
Nick, I had dropped a Nix on it. You'll see what it looks like here shortly. Featuring our very own Glenn Watt and Farley Andreessen. There it is. Look at that. They posed on this very stage when it was over on the other side, and I took that photo. I don't think that you weren't even like trying for American Gothic. It just came out.
Glenn is American Gothic.
It came out that way, and through a little bit of Photoshop magic-ery, I was like, that'd make a great shirt. And by God, it's now available for pre-order. Should be here and shipping by the 23rd of April, which is virtually 3 days away. That's Monday. I don't know if they'll be here for Monday or not, but soon, next week. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember, share this video publicly on Facebook to be entered in the drawing to win this amazing electric cigar box guitar, 6-string Fungi Mojo cigar box guitar being given away. Those aren't cheap.
Crazy
folks.
talk.
How's this song go?
On the 6-string, I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, I know something's different. He's playing a 6-string. Well, it's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Box Nation TV. I'm losing my voice. And we came to you live from CB Gitty. Thanks again for tuning in, and if you had half as much fun as we did, then we had twice as much fun as you. Yeah,
That's a tagline.
I stole it.